if you're established somewhere,
Yeah.
there's certain trades that you need to recertify. Engineering, most likely you do not to, unless you want to join the engineering board. The board of engineers, which is provincial, like you have
The engineering society.
Yeah, engineering society. So that gives you that extra insurance and that extra accreditation. Over here, we cannot call ourselves engineers.
Unless you're
part
join
of
the
board.
association.
Lots of Canadians cannot, that graduated from Canadian universities with engineering degrees, cannot call themselves engineers.
Well, they have to pass the test and then pay the dues, pay the fees, right?
So it's not just for non-Canadians it's everybody has to apply to the test and pay the dues.
Yes.
Now most of the companies pay for those dues.
Yes, true.
You more or less don't have to pay for it. You just have to study and get the test. That's for engineering. It's like certain engineering may be harder to get into without the certification because the liability is higher.
Yes.
If you're in construction, you literally have to be a PhD to join the force because your liability is very high and the company is not going to back you up if there's no, because it costs lots of money if you get sued.
It's true.
Over here.
Yeah.
Electrical, if you're working in high power and things like that, you have to be certified. Me, I have an electrical engineer, but I'm working as an electronic engineer and software engineer. So I kind of do coding. They would like me to be certified, but it's not required. And certification does not determine how much you pay.
Not necessarily, no.
Not necessary. Some places they would say, well, we'll give you a little bit if you get certification as an enforcement, because that's a plus to them. They can't call their departments an engineering department unless they have a PhD in that department.
At least one.
Correct. So once they get one, they don't care. So that's in engineering. I'm still trying to get mine, by the way.
Good for you.
Yeah. Now you have to go through WES. Have you heard the?
Yes. The education evaluation service.
Yeah, but because of COVID, my school can't send anything over. So hey, so literally you need to have your original school where you get your degree.
Yes.
To send over the transcripts sealed and stamped.
Yeah.
Directly to them, they can't come through you. So for accounting, it's another story.
True.
Accounting doesn't translate very well from one country to another.
No, they don't.
International. So that you will have to get a job with an accountant while you're studying.
Yeah, and then write the test.
And learning and write the test. Accounting is a different trade. It's unfortunate, but when they say you have a trade we need, because you have the experience that they need, because you have the mind, the critical mind, you have all that, but you don't have the little technical is specific to this country.
Yeah, the regulation is different.
It's different. So for that, they will make you take a test and then join the certified body as well afterwards. Doctor is the same, dentist is the same. Those are very regulatory.
Yeah, those are a lot more regulated. Yeah.
Correct. But there's ways you can do a test, study for the test, do it, and you're good.
And do an internship. One more, a little bit more sensitive topic. You're from Africa. Have you encountered any discrimination here? No? Okay. Good.
None. I mean, I have...
Because New Brunswick is definitely also not famous for their diversity and Black population.
Yeah.
Either. Of course they have it, but yeah.
No, I never, ever. So I can hear people say we were stopped by cops, we're questioned unfairly, this and that. I never. The only time, however, I felt Moroccan, the only time ever I felt Moroccan. First year I landed in here, my passport was going to expire, so I had to go all the way to Montreal to get it renewed. Okay, so me, my husband, and our son drove over to Montreal. The car was under repair. So we just took to our, so the car was happened is the windows stopped moving up and down. So we had it under repair, but then we decided we're going to go and the part didn't arrive. So what the mechanic did, took the door off, completely, like the inside insulation off, jammed the window and said, you can drive with it. So the driver window was jammed. So an Irishman driving cranker car all the way to Montreal and back. It wasn't a cranker car, it was a good car, just was halfway through the repair. We took it out of the garage, drove over. So we bought TomTom for navigation because we never been to Montreal. Like we barely been there for a month or two. Like we arrived here in August. It was a trip in November.
Okay.
So we're driving all the way from Halifax to Montreal. That's about 12-hour trip if you don't stop.
With a kid, you better stop.
With a kid. Yes, exactly. So we drove over. We got there. Great welcome and everything. Everything went great. So now we're coming back. The sat nav said, do you want to go through the tolls or not? I was like, there is a road without a toll? Like, yeah, no toll. Taking us through the state. I do not have a visa for the state. I did not know what the border looks like. We're driving from Montreal towards the state. I would say United States in X amount of kilometers. Like, okay. And the next thing you see, last chance to return to Canada. I was like, what? And you're doing 110 kilometers an hour. By the time you register what is happening, we're already on the border on the state. We hit the brakes. We see the border, we hit the brakes. We stopped. About 20 people with the mitrailleuse, with guns, like military-based gear, running towards us. Stop. Anyway, it was scary. Connor was scared. I said to him, I was like, we're going to do just like movies because I have no idea how to react. I said, put your hands up. Put the window down. I'm going to shout. Put the window down. Okay, what are you doing? It's like, well, we don't want to go to the state. Too late. You're already on the state. You're already in our border. Drive over. Anyway, we drove over. We had beer still in the trunk that we have bought in Montreal. That is still, you can transfer alcohol.
Well, everybody goes to Montreal buy beer because it's cheaper.
Well, we bought beer, but we didn't finish. So we had a box of beer, like a full 24, and another one that's already started. So we were coming back, literally loaded with beer. Not very loaded that you're not allowed to cross the provincial borders, but international borders is different. You pull us over. Where are you from? No. Do you have your driving license? I said, I don't have my passport. My passport is, no, I did have my passport, but I said, my passport is expiring. Okay, do you have driving license? What driving license do you have? It's like Canadian. Well, you're okay, just go down. It's like, I'm not Canadian. I'm Moroccan. As soon as I said, I'm Moroccan, where are you from? I'm Irish. Start with Liam. Where are you from? I'm Irish. Well, you're good to go. I said, but I'm Moroccan. That's the honesty of a person, which means that's bad. But probably I would have been caught no matter what. We drive down, they pull us over to garage. I go in, handed over my passport. 6 hours later, we're still in that place. And the guy, he goes and comes back and he talks to me and he looks at my picture. I had a picture since I was 20 years old. 10 years old picture in there because it was a 10-year-old passport. And he goes and come back. And one time he was honest with me. He said, I know the worst about it, I look at the wall.
Yeah.
Half of the people on the wall of Most Wanted are originated from Morocco. So the guy comes back and just said, you're confusing us. I take the passport away, I think of one person. I talk to you, I think of a different person. This is so confusing. 6 hours on my passport. The worst about it is Liam does not know where we live, my husband.
Oh,
very bad with addresses. Where do you live? I don't know. What's your phone number? I don't know. When I came in to help, ma'am, stay away. We have to ask him. You cannot interfere. They thought I was this, I don't know what they thought I was. But long time. However, this was not in Canada.
Well, it's in the States.
It's in the States. And they let us go around. And when we moved around, the Canadian border was like, what are you doing? Like, where are you coming from? So Canada? Why are you coming this way? It's like we took the wrong exit. They laughed. Stamped us like, Canadian people are so nice. You have no idea. It's the night. You realize how nice they are when you have spent 6 hours with your car stripped from top to bottom. and you have been interrogated. Your how old Connor was? 2.5, almost 3. Your 2-year-old has been interrogated. Your husband, Irish husband, has been interrogated, because the Irish obviously don't have the greatest history either with North Americans.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
that was the only time, and I will never forget it. But my second one went so smoothly.
Well,
Second one was when we had to cross the border to stamp for your permanent residency.
yes. You have to get out of the country and get back in
Yes,
again.
so
Yes.
if you are already living in a country and you get your permanent residency is not valid until you leave the country and come back.
Yes.
And in Canada, we have I don't remember what they call it anymore. We have all of these borders that are walking distance. Literally, you have a river separating the States and Canada, which is down in
St. Stephen is one of those.
St. Stephen,
St.
that's where I went.
Stephen's, yes.
So we drove down St. Stephen, which is just an hour from where we are. Literally, we're standing here and we can see the other border over there. So we walked the bridge,
Yes.
got into the office. The guys were so nice over there. I mean, that's the American side. It tells the difference between like the main Americans and whoever over there in the New Yorkers in Montreal.
In Montreal, they are very different. Yeah.
Anyway, so we walk in, and the guy was super nice. It barely took 15 minutes, got us over, called the Canadian border, said, yeah, we have walkthroughs for validation of permanent residency. Go over to the Canadian border, super nice, joking, laughing, looking at all of, because by the time I got that, I had about this many permits, between student permits, work permits, between me, Liam, and Connor. And said, hey, what do you want to do with these? Can we shred them? Like, with a jokey face and good luck and welcome to Canada and all of that. So, no, we have, in Canada, to tell you the truth, I have never felt discriminated against, ever.
Okay.
I can't even think of any time. My kids.
Okay. That's good.
They are Canadians. No one knew Connor was born in Ireland until I told them in school. Until actually he told them in school.
Yeah.
On St. Patrick's Day, he would wear with his
the green
hat, green, white and orange flag and all of that, and he would go and all proud because he's St. Patrick's and he's Irish, and then his friends like, you're Irish, you're not born in Canada? And it took a while for my son to know he's not Canadian.
Oh,
he didn't know the difference between born somewhere and being Canadian. He thought he was the same as all of his friends.
Yeah.
Religion is also not an issue in schools because nobody knows who has which religion. They all play with each other. They all best friends with each other. Religion never comes in. We have Catholics, we have church of this and church of that. You know what I mean? Different churches.
Yeah.
And we have Muslims, and we have Buddhists, and we have atheists, people that don't believe in anything. We have all kind of religions. Sure. And guess what? The kids have no clue who is what.
Yeah.